gaming and reviewing mods and video games. It says the land in 7 seasons, centuries have passed, until the day a hero named Mary the famous task. Dark gaming, we love to play video games. We're playing until the early morning. Dark gaming, we explain mods and games. Dark gaming, we sell my girls and boys. As Mary set off on his quest, he knew he needed a crew. The navigator joined the ranks and soared in Mystic Q. Sailing for adventure, stories and for treasure. We will help you through, so climb aboard and join the crew. Deep dark gaming, we love to play video games. We'll keep playing until the early morning. Deep dark gaming, we explain mods and games. Deep dark gaming, we sell the games and more.
Ahoy divers, and welcome back to Deep Dive Gaming. I am the Mariner, and we are returning to RIVEN, where we finally have unlocked access to the moiety, which looks like that's the tree you see on the cover of the game. But I've also got issues with audio, so give me un moment. I might have to reload the game, because I should be hearing sound and I'm not. Oh, there it went. Okay, of course it does. Alright, well, we'll restart the game again. Ahoy Twitch, ahoy YouTube, ahoy Rumble. YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and ahoy Mojo. Mariner Kitty's asleep on her mat. There we go, there's sound. Just took it a minute. Can y'all hear it over on your side? Looks like you can. How's your day going, Mojo? Yes. Do you like? Somebody got a haircut that wasn't. That is now my meter. If I find myself putting a hat on for the stream, it's time to get a haircut. Continue. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Pretty good, better than yesterday. I hope so. Your Monday was also kind of terrible, if I'm remembering correctly. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So I've been able to play more than 20 minutes at a time on any of my games. Oh no! Do you just get mojo eruptions, or do you get... Is it just you're getting bored quick? Ooh. If I remember correctly, this is Planet 98. Mass amounts of interruptions. Got it. Yep. And then it probably didn't help that I started streaming, huh? Okay, so we got some... These are either decoration or doors. I can't tell. They look like they might be doors, given the fact that you have hinge brackets. There is scheduled interruption. Okay. Snap it. Give me 5. No? Wow, that's a hooked nose.
Hello.
Whoops.
Hello. Yo, Olay.
Wait.
Yo,
Oh!
Olay.
Wow. I'm friendly. Ugh. That is cool. Sorry, did you say something? Am I tied to a post or something? Oh, I'm in some sort of makeshift cage. Okay. I may have to restart and do this right. So you always have a habit of looking the wrong direction when stuff happens. Once I get control of my game again. Just give me 10. Yeah, you're right. Alright, let's... Come on. I want more menu. There we go. Whoops. Warm welcome. Arrive on Tay. I would make a Tay pun, but... I overextended my pun budget yesterday on the stream of consciousness. No! Please tell me I have a better save than that. Oh, maybe it's down here. I do not. Oh, crud. Okay. Oh, well. Need to. I've gotten too dependent on autosaves. Looks like that's where we came in. Nope. That's how you spell it. That's how it appeared on my. Whatchamacallit? Hello? Knock, knock. There we go. Maybe. Hi. I really wish I knew what you were saying. Me, friend. Well, at least they're giving me books instead of taking them away. You want me to read those?
No, Katerine.
For want of a translation matrix. Can I come out and see your world, please? I want to see your world. Oh, okay, fine. We have books to read. Whoop. Did I just hear a knock? Huh. Well, like I said, we have books to read. See, I heard knocking. What's going on? Wait, is that the journal? Oh, here we go. Okay. I arrived quickly from my prison. Along with this journal, I've instructed Neela to return the book that the Moiety intercepted upon your arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atris for a very specific purpose. Gen will wish to use it, though he will undoubtedly be suspicious. Ahoy, Winry! How are you doing? I am having fun. I'm going to try to have something of this game to play tomorrow night on the my Lagging Out stream. But if not, I will try to give you a heads up of what I will be playing. As yet undetermined. See, again, will wish to use it, though he will undoubtedly be suspicious. Once he is out of the way, you'll still need the combination to release me. I'm told that he keeps it somewhere in his outpost on 233. Then I assume we're to signal Atris. I think I know how it might be done, but don't attempt it before I'm released. Check. It's been 1 week since I linked to Riven, and I'm still reeling from the changes I've witnessed. Even before my eyes could adjust, the smell of my homeland embraced me. The sweet salt air was instantly familiar, but the scene that soon resolved was not. As I stood there struggling to make sense of what I was seeing, a violent clang sounded, and bars appeared before me. It was then that I must have been darted from my memory after it was cloudy. A Rivenese man, shabbily dressed in militaristic attire, was shouting something at me. He seemed to be attempting to speak Dunny, but his grasp of the language was so poor that I could not make out his words. And then the world went dark. Many voices passed, until at last I awoke. That is voices, right? Many voices passed until at last I awoke to a familiar face. Etty. After all this time, she's still as warm and kind as ever. And yet the years have clearly wounded her, as they've wounded everyone whose world became a prison when Gen was trapped here. Everything is tinged with pain and loss, even Etty's bright smile, though she does her best to hide it. Man, the backlighting is terrible. Okay. A desperate urgency squelched by unuttered fears seethes beneath her cordial veneer. When Atris and I left Gen here all those years ago, I was haunted by visions of what had become of my people and how they might have come to suffer under his rule. But the injustices I imagined were nothing compared to the atrocities that have actually come to pass. The following is a chronicle of what I have learned, a record of all that has happened, should I no longer be here to tell it. And there's an image. The moiety. It seems the confrontation that led to Gen's entrapment on Riven was witnessed by some of the Rivenese, but their interpretation of the event was skewed, no doubt due to Gen's overinflated view of himself. Atris and I had hoped that stripping him of his ability to link to other worlds might lead people to conclude that his claims of godhood were false. But it appears the opposite had come to pass. If Gen was a god and we had vanquished him, then we must be greater gods. It was thus assumed that my absence was only temporary, and that I would surely return one day to set the world right again. Thus the moiety, the name they adopted after Gen's disparaging use of the term, were born, sworn enemies of Gen and devotees of me. I had no inkling of this misconception about myself until 2 days ago, though in hindsight it makes perfect sense given the way I've been treated. For their part, they naturally assumed an omniscient deity might be well aware of their own divine status, so there was no need to inform me. I only finally pieced it together during a recent underground gathering where they reenacted their version of the story of my life, a riveting tale that culminated with a confrontation between Atris, myself, and Gen at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated to such grandiose proportions that I found it hard at times to suppress my laughter, and yet this myth has also given them the courage to stand against Gen, and the hope that they might someday be delivered from relentless inhumanities of his authoritarian rule. Even so, the fact that I am the one who has been cast as their savior, an omnipotent being who would one day return to Riven, overthrow Gen, and lead them to a new paradise, is deeply unsettling. I would do anything to free my people from this hellish existence, but I am not who they think I am. How, though, can I dissuade them from this notion without also crushing their hopes? As Gen's power grew, so did the moiety, and in order to invade his persecution, for he would wipe them all out in an instant if he could, they had to become more and more adept at concealing themselves. They make use of a network of caves that so far he has failed to discover, but I fear it's only a matter of time before they're found out. Physical record of the lamp posts I need to turn on to open the secret passage. Cool. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Further jeopardizing their existence is the fact that she forgot to cross the T. Further jeopardizing their existence is the fact that the moiety absolutely refused to sever their ties with those who have sided with Gen. The two factions thus live together in surprising harmony, their overarching sense of cultural unity appearing to outweigh the schism, at least for now. I heard today that Father and Anant were inducted into Gen's labor force. I so longed to see them, but the dimness shrouded Edis's face so abruptly when I asked of them that it left me hesitant to press the matter further. I must know the truth eventually, but I fear the news will not be good. From the moment of their inception, the Moiety have sought to disrupt Gen's plans at every turn, sabotaging his constructions, stealing from his precious stockpiles, and keeping an ever-watchful eye on his every move. They shroud themselves with dark coverings and delight in the fact that their enemies are often frightened by their wraith-like appearance, and their almost preternatural ability to wreak havoc without detection or consequence. It was in the course of one of these forays that I was fortuitously rescued when I first linked to Riven. I know that feeling. I shudder to think what might have become of me had that scout not been there to intervene. Gen will certainly be hunting for me now, no doubt furious at his guard's failure to detain me. He must be even angrier, though, at the loss of the linking book he surely assumes I brought with me. That I was deceived into linking into Riven without a way back is a bitter yet fortunate fact, for it may well have meant the death of us all had a path back to Dunny fallen into his destructive hands. When he finally discovers that I came here empty-handed, he'll be angrier still. That is some consolation at least. I'll go ahead and grab that just in case. I want to know how she got tricked. Was it Sirius Nakanar who did that, or was it someone else? I have glimpsed the final breath of a dying age. A tiny blade cuts the void. The white hold divided, again and again, dipped in black. The nib drips red, the art of genocide. Today I ventured above ground to see for myself what has become of the island. I hoped it wouldn't be as bad as the Moiety had reported. It was worse. Having lived with it for so long, the Rivenese have become I want to say that word is inured, but I don't even know if inured is a word. Woo! I got a follower. Thank you. Hang on a second. Let me bring up the... Why did that not show me? Activity feed. Oh, come on. Go away, all these dang pop-ups. Nemdesem. Nemdesmer. If I could get a little help on pronunciation. Nam, thank you for the follow. This game is very amazing. Hello, ahoy. Sorry. Caught me by surprise. I was not prepared for a new visitor. Oh, there's the alert in the chat box right there. Okay. Namd Nasrum. There we go. That makes sense. Okay, so where did we leave off? Having lived with it for so long, the Rivenese have become inured to the steady decay around them. Maybe that's supposed to be unnerved. I don't know. Inured, I think, is... If I knew what inured meant. Let's see. Steady decay around them, but I was devastated. As we wound our way through the underbrush, I found myself once again breathing in my youth. The ocean air transporting me back in a matter of seconds. But as my eyes again took hold, the warmth of those memories vanished, and I was left with nothing but numbness. We had reached a bluff that had not been there the last time I visited my home. Riven, which was once one island, has split into 5 distinct pieces that have since drifted apart at an astonishing rate. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only those who have sworn their loyalty to him are ever allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the trees, I could see 3 of them, now blighted with Gen's monomaniacal constructions. These islands are closely guarded and pose great personal risk to the Moiety, though that hasn't kept them from doing whatever they can to thwart Gen's endeavors there. The fourth island I could not see, as it has crept away to some distance and now lies concealed by fog. The Moiety said that Gen originally governed from this small island, living and working in a protected space he built for himself atop the stump that remains where the great tree used to stand. The only surviving forest is located here, on the largest island, where the village also remains. Noun, bluff, plural, noun, bluffs. Steep cliff, bank, promontory, high ridge or low. Is that the definition of your name, Nam de Samron? Or are we talking about something else? Noun, bluff, duh. Word of the day, Nam de Sam. Nam de Nasrum. Now, Catherine was talking about a bluff that wasn't there before, and I had no idea. Oh, okay, gotcha. This island was ostensibly intended to be the province of the people, but it too has been irrevocably marred by Gen's oppressive intrusions. Words fall, brittle brown leaves, masquerading as green, should never have held lives both bloomed and as yet unseeded. I feel nothing today. She's a poet. I am an outcast among outcasts, the diaspora of a dying world. Despite my repeated protestations, the Moiety continue to treat me differently, their desperate need precluding any dissuasion from the belief that I am some sort of messiah come to save them. They misconstrue my every move as a validation of their faith, whispering of how I walked the island, bold and unafraid, mistaking my outrage at the island's devastation for bravery. This might go on for 20 more pages. That's okay. We need to eat up the time, because I still have one more night to stream this on Lag and Ouch channel, and I want to have enough content to last me the usual amount of time over there. But if you're enjoying the reading, please enjoy. Where am I? This comes through blah blah blah. But I am afraid, for I know something that the Moiety do not. The underlying reason for the island's accelerated decay. Gen wrote this world, and so it will fail, as all of Gen's ages ultimately fail. I must make the Moiety understand this, but I cannot talk to Eti. There were brief moments soon after my arrival where my divine status was forgotten and I was simply Katran again. But they are almost non-existent now. There's one person, however, who seems immune to these fallacious notions. Neela. Her gaze has never faltered whenever I dared hint at the uncomfortable truth. I feel I could trust her to bear the full brunt of it. Gen is making books. How did I not know this until now? Atris and I knew he would likely attempt it, as he has adopted the paranoid practice of writing all the necessary materials into his ages. He's been exploiting the natural resources and the people of Riven as fodder for his mad pursuit to further his colonialist ideals. Thankfully, it sounds as if he has not yet succeeded. As painful as it's been, the fact that I've returned to Riven at the crucial juncture is fortuitous. The age is crumbling, my people are suffering, and if Gen succeeds in securing his freedom, other worlds will suffer the same. The Moiety are looking to me. I may have only been mortal, but I have to do something. The cork. Keep that shut. It's been what is that word? It's been a scribbled long time since my last entry. There's much to tell. It was hard to recognize, but I found the Starfisher. It is located on what Gen refers to as his temple island, though the Moiety prefer to use Rivenese word Alapo, which means water pool. They've thus taken to referring to the void itself as Alatuan, pool of stars. It is the very fissure that allowed Atris and me to escape this age without leaving a linking book behind us. though it has since been sealed with the skin of heavy iron. Several derelict devices from that time remain mounted to its surface, including a hatch with a windowed viewport, a large telescope, and a mechanical lift that was used to install it, the combination to which was acquired by the moiety long ago. And it looks like we got a string of numbers here. I'm going to grab that. In the early days, the moiety briefly considered reopening the fissure. Wow. Thankfully, they decided against it. Had they attempted it back then, the results might have been catastrophic. Were they to do so today, it would certainly mean the end of Riven. I am told that in days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the Myst book fall from H's hands into that very same space. To this end, he sacrificed several poor souls, alleged transgressors of the law, by throwing them into the hatch so he could observe their fate. It is said that they did not die, but what became of them remains a mystery, and that original fissure is no longer alone. New symptoms have appeared in recent years at various locations around the islands. In some instances, the moiety were able to glimpse the breaches before Gen and his minions moved in to contain them. Their descriptions support my suspicion that the forces that are tearing Riven apart are more than merely geological. Nam says, I used to think that one of these transgressors found the Myst book, but apparently it landed in Arizona on Earth. Something to that effect, I believe, yes, which makes me wonder how many aliens landed in Arizona. Well, hey, we may have the inception of the TV series Roswell. Those were aliens, after all. Anyways, more troubling, however, is that Gen is not simply containing these rifts, but is somehow using them to travel between the islands, and that he has also reportedly devised a way to harvest the energies from the expanse for some yet unknown purpose. How like him to wantonly exploit for his own selfish gain that which he does not understand. The starfield beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. That is how Atris described his brief time within the expanse before he linked out, leaving his Myst book adrift within it. He was never able to conclude upon its nature, but I cannot help but feel that there must be some greater... Is that word pneuma? Some greater pneuma behind it. Something I should have mentioned earlier would probably have helped. One of the colossal blades that appeared in the course of our escape from Riven, the great dagger that stands at one end of the fissure, has been adapted by the moiety as the emblem of their struggle. They have their own explanations as to how it came to be, of course, but their choice is more apt than they know, as that dagger, along with the other blades, that was a manifestation of my rage at the desecration that Gen had already wrought upon my world. I haven't told the moiety that I wrote it into this age, as I fear that would only fuel their overestimation of me. But I can't deny that it pleases me to have inadvertently provided them with such a fitting symbol for their cause. My limited encounters with Gen's followers have been discouraging. Whenever I've attempted to engage them, they've fled from me. I heard an interesting tale from the moiety last night, which may help to explain this. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, he claimed that it was he who had been responsible for the Great Blades, summoning them as a preemptively punitive reminder of the obeisance he expected. In the village circles, it is told that this act marked the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, provided they had proven their devotion to him, they would be delivered into a new and better existence. I will continue my attempts to intervene on their behalf. The cage has finally failed. Gen is free. My sources have confirmed that Gen has managed to create a functional linking book. In fact, he had done so before my arrival, but kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest acolytes were aware of it. In keeping with his callous regard for the worlds he creates, he has simply named this age 233. It is not yet known whether he has written others. I have also just learned that years ago, a Moiety scout managed to steal a book that was an early failure that Gen had intended to destroy. It was largely complete, but did not work. I wasn't told about it until now because they thought it was useless. Gen struggled for decades, but he could never get a conventional linking book to work. Then one day, he began construction on a cumbersome mechanical solution, a complex array of devices designed to harness the energies of the starry expanse and use them to suppress his book's inherent flaws. The design phase was chaotic and often dangerous. The Moiety tell of tremendous... chat box moved. Let's see. The design phase was chaotic and often dangerous. The Moiety tell of tremendous explosions as Gen sought to contain and wield forces that he knew little to nothing about. But he is nothing if not determined, and eventually he was able to use this enormous crutch to link to another age. I can't deny his brilliance, but it is an abominable solution, brutish and overwrought, and all but entirely unnecessary. I have studied the partially burned book that the Moiety took from him. Although he sought retribution for the affront, he appears to have been otherwise untroubled by the theft, no doubt assuming the book would be useless in the Moiety's hands. But I can see what they could not. The book may yet be salvageable. The age the book describes is wholly unsuitable as a home for the Moiety, but I think it can be modified. I will dream. I have nearly finished writing the Moiety's age. The world, as described, is harsher and more desolate than they are used to, but they should be able to sustain themselves there. But we'll need a second book. Gen has been spending most of his time on 233 lately, so the danger is less, but getting into his lab will still be difficult. The coming collapse waits the air, blurring my vision both day and night. We must act soon. Success! We have secured a second book. Though I worry now that Gen will miss it and deduce our plans before we're ready, the descriptive book I've prepared as a refuge for the rebels is useless unless I can find a way to correct its inherent flaws. Gen's massive machine mainly functions to manipulate the energies within the expanse. It serves its purpose, but its excess seems unwarranted. The Rivenese have long used crystalline substrates as an elegant means to manipulate light. If I could just find the right material. Last night's dreams have delivered me a perilous plan. I will write this substance into the new Moiety age. Interesting. I don't know what any of that means. Okay. If we could temporarily access Gen's apparatus, we could use our book to link to this new age and search for the crystal. Someone would then have to carry the book back to safety once the link was made. If it fell into Gen's hands, all would be lost. When Gen links to 233, one of his acolytes always remains to shut down the device. We'll have to get to him before he can do so, which means we'll have one chance before they're alerted to our presence. Everything is ready. I have written the material into the new age, and I have prepared the second linking book as a return path to Riven. Of course, it too suffers the same deficiencies as all of Gen's books, so it won't work unless it's augmented. Once I'm in the new age, I'll have to locate the crystal and adapt it to heal the gateway image, which should render the book functional. I can then use the second linking book to return to Riven with more of this material. It's risky, but if all goes well, the Moiety and any others we can convince to join them will finally have an escape. I can't help but laugh at the absurdity of this plan. I sound like Atreus. Should I fail to return, it will likely mean the end of my life, but my only real fear is for my people. Everyone assures me they have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. That's the fulfillment of the prophecy, after all. But underneath, they are just as tense and fearful as I am. What will become of them if I do not return? Will they perish here on Riven, or attempt to follow me through this new book to an unknown fate? I don't know what to tell them. Against all odds, it is done. We have already evacuated most of our members to this new age, which the moiety have named Tay. Man, I've got an itchy nose. Hang on. I think I might have to sneeze. Yep. Okay. Sneeze accomplished. The world is more beautiful than I'd anticipated, so I am pleased. The Rivenese have been liberated at last. They stand beneath the open sky, unafraid, dazzled by the freedom. They are happy. But there is still much to be done. The age is still vulnerable. The only way to completely protect it from Gen is to destroy the books once everyone is safely in Tay. I'm hesitant to bring this up with the moiety until they have had a chance to acclimate themselves to the new world, as it would mean they would be forever exiled from the only home they've ever known. Nor am I eager to sever my own connection and my only path back to my life and my family on Myst. But for the greater good, it must be done. For the moment, we are safe, but our activities could arouse against suspicions at any moment. We cannot delay. I will return to Riven tomorrow and to resume my attempts to persuade the remaining holdouts to join the others in Tay. For now, though, I must rest. And that's the end of the book. And we have, whoops, that button. Looks like we might have the Myst linking book again, or the Dunny book. But that's the trap. Coming far off, yeah. Okay, can I leave now, please? Well, thank you. Looks like there's an image of Catherine up there. Ooh. This is neat. Right, after me, I guess. This is the 2024 release, Nam. This is the full, I want to say remake of Riven. Oh, Catherine's crying. Also, Catherine looks somewhat Klingon. I'm not really an achievement hunter. Unless I get, like, very, very close to having all the achievements. In which case, I'll try and grab the rest of them. But generally not a... like, I don't play just to get all the achievements. I play for the story. Also, no spoilers, please. This is the first time I've been able to play this game in decades. So I want the full experience. We cheated last night, or the other night, by grabbing a hint or two because I was firmly stuck. But we were moving again, so I don't want to get spoiled. Let's see, okay, so there's that. There's up here. Oh, that's just, okay. So the whole point is to watch me suffer. Thanks. definitely keeping me from going astray here. Are you gonna crank the crank for me? Oh, apparently so. Okay, I guess we're going back to Riven. And we know the next step, which is to go find Gen. It's a cool lighting technique. Anyways, we know how, I believe we know how to get to Gen. I don't need a hint. Oh, from the other night. So I was stuck trying to find actually there were kind of two hints. One hint was like how to get the elevator from Survey Island so that I could go to Jungle Island, the extra access to get access to Jungle Island from the other direction, and then yes, to figure out the totems and symbols, because I'd only found one, and I was like, why can't I not see the others? But yeah, so that was it, and then now we are just doing the things that we had previously figured out or discovered. I'd even restarted the game because I thought I might have missed something the first time through. And I hadn't gotten anywhere by doing that. So we're like, okay, I've reached the point where I cannot progress without a hint. It was a rough couple of streams. Missed a couple of built-in hints when I first got. Yeah, I feel like that was the same because I'm constantly looking around at things and missing obvious things left out in the open for me to actually find. Or activities by the local population that I was supposed to pay attention to. Wahahaha. This is so cool. Okay, so we shall fire these off. And fired. Thunk. Next. We were also confused by the Rivenese numbering system, so we had to get. We were just out of curiosity to look that up. Oops. Yeah. Well, what's annoying was that the lever that I missed both times was right there out in the open. It's one of those things where you think it's hidden, so you look around in hidden areas, you don't find anything. You forget to look in plain sight. That's just neat. Okay. Fire 2. Hopefully I don't lose track of how many of these I've done. The best way to get stuck is if the solution is where you think you've already yeah. Definitely so. That poor butterfly. Alright, so let's grab this one next. Get him, Mojo. Yeah, that lever for the elevator was already where I looked. Oops. Fire 3. Oops. Where is it? There it is. You're so quick with this globe, always took me ages. Oh, I have a talent for that sort of thing. Spatial awareness is something I'm good at. And I played with it a while when I first found it. That's not what I wanted. Whoops. It does look like a trigger. Whoa, earthquake. It does look like a trigger plate. It's been so long since I played this game. The first time that happens, I was like, oops. This is what we wanted right here. Grinka. And shoot. All right, one more to go. Which one is it? I should have checked them off as I went. Oh well. Game programs these days are lazy. Agreed. I think I did that one that's visible, so let's, oops. Let's go around this way. Long loading transitions when this is... I think I've done this one. Maybe. We'll look at really quick. Oh no, I think this one might be... Yeah, this is... No, actually, I think... No, yeah, we've done that one. Well, if you think about it, this particular mechanism, it's got to like spin up, spin down, spin up again, so it does take a while. So is it this one? No, I think we did that one. I should have checked them off while I was doing them. I think it maybe this one. Heard the developers had to get rid of the bridge to the dome because it would have let you walk from one island to another without a loading transition. Oh! That makes sense. Because I remember it used to be there. The original game had it there. It's where you get the screenshot for the cover of the game. It's because you've got a bridge that allows you to walk. Okay, did that one. That does make sense, though. Oh, come on, stop hijacking my camera. Use the wrong controls, Mariner. Or the right controls. Excellent. Let's keep going around. Can't tell, but I think that one's been... Yeah, the button is visible, so I've done that one. So there's a way you can tell from here which ones I haven't done yet. This thing is probably that one. So I wanted to... Stop it. Line up, you jerk. Why are you not letting me do that one? Oh. So much for my spatial awareness. This one looks like it's not done yet. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Now we just need to get back to Temple Island, and we should be able to go talk to Gen. Or, well, look at Gen while he talks to us. Where is that? There it is. Considering this game originally started off in keyboards and not KBs and not GBs. Yeah. Saying something that was two guys that originally made the game. So yes, I'm willing to go with engine limitations and, as you said, lack of budget. Actually, I think what would be more appropriate is if we get the other, if we get that side. No wait, that side was here already. I goofed. Well, two guys made the first. I don't know, I think they had a small staff. But yeah, I think Riven was much bigger than. Still, like people saying engine limitations, when I know it's totally possible technically, and also with the engine that he's. Yeah. Check out Lagging Out. We harp on that sort of thing a lot over there on the Friday Night Lives. In fact, we had a discussion last week on the last live, I think, about Monster Hunter not being properly optimized for PC, and so that's why everybody's having all the troubles they're having. Also, like a budget, a decoding ability is a huge factor in being able to transition from one engine to another without problems and with true optimization. Yeah. All I know is this game is not as big as it could have been given the landscape and everything. So those are lit up over there, so what do we... So all of these are lit up. We have a button. What does this do? Ooh. Aha, the colors. Oh, here we go. Okay. Uh-oh. You did a really good job with the remake. Clearly an effort to... Yes, totally. So these all got spat out in an order, and I was not paying attention to which order they came out in. Oh no! Uh-oh. Oh, frick. Oh, cool. Alright, I know the colors associated with islands. And we know which island goes into which, or which, we know the pattern. So we just got to line up the colors. Okay, so we know green is Temple Island. So that one should go... hang on, let's look up our screenshots here, because I did write this down. Let's see. Which island is which? Okay, I think, okay. So green is Temple Island, which is here. Orange is Jungle Island. So that's here? Yeah, yep. Blue is Prison Island. That goes up here. Red, Survey Island. So it goes there. That leaves purple, which would go onto Boiler Island, which is there. Now I know what to do with this, but I don't know where to set any of these things. Whoops, wrong button. Wrong thing. Let's look at our notebook. So I do have a screen grab. That. Don't go back all the way up to the top, you jerk. Strike force combination might be, or compensation might be the clue. Okay. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. So, we've got our center mark there. That is the optimal power. So that's, we'll call that 9. So oops, why is that word? Optimal, stop doing that. Optimal equals 9. Okay, so now we have this other clue here, other piece of paper, where we have the different symbols. We got Prison Island symbol, Survey Island symbol, Jungle Island symbol, Boiler Island symbol that's faded out, and Temple Island symbol. And each of them has a plus and a minus numerical value on them. So, let's start with the top one, Prison Island. That number happens to be I want to say 15, but I might be wrong on that one. Because rotating, yeah, it's got to be. Rotating 90 degrees or counterclockwise is a multiplication of 5. Right, actually, I've got 10 here. Okay, so 10, that looks like it's a combination of 10 and 2. So that is a plus 12. Okay, next one is Survey Island. That particular number, thank you for the confirmation, Mojo. That particular number is 4. So that's Survey Island is a minus 4. Oh, I should write down purple is Boiler Island. Okay. So the next one down is Jungle Island, and that That's partially erased, but it looks like it's a 5. It's 6. It's a combination of 1 and 5. So Jungle Island, right? Jungle Island is +6. And then, is that window pane looking symbol? Yeah. Anyway, zoom in on the paper a bit more. Hard to read from here. I don't think it got glare. I think those symbols were partially erased. And no, I can't zoom in on the image, Nam. We could go run over to Gen's lab and just get a closer look at it. But we'll do that if these are not if this lets us down here. So that next one, Boiler Island, that looks like it is 10 plus 4. That looks like a plus symbol. So plus 14 for Boiler Island. And then Temple Island looks like that is 5 plus 4. So that, oh, I've got it written down here, 9. So that's a plus 9. Okay. Okay, so, like I said, I think each of these, whoops, I wrote that plus 9 in the wrong spot. Plus 9, okay. So my guess is that optimal is this spot here, and then all these colors are offset from that point. So purple is plus 14. So that one looks like it's all the way at the end. It's 5, 10, 14. Yep, okay. Blue looks like it's at plus 12. So it's going to be 2 down from this guy. Whoops, come on, there we go. Green is plus 9. So that's going to be here. Orange is plus 6. So that's going to be here. And then red is minus 4. So that's going to be... Move. There. Do we push this again? Yes? Yes? No? Maybe? Now what? Did we goof it up? Is there another lever we need to push? No, we took them out and we put them in the thing. We can't look at the book. I don't think we successfully charged this sucker up properly. Or there's this button. Oh no, wait, hang on. Oh, never mind. Well, shucks. The only thing I can conclude is that I got this wrong somehow. Okay, so let's check our positioning. No, that's not what I said. Am I remembering the shapes correctly? I'm never gonna let you live down the elevator lever. That was hard the whole time. Okay. So Boiler Island is a square. That's the purple. Survey Island is a Tetris piece. It's an L. Prison Island is a itty bitty square. Jungle Island is the big old piece. Oops. That's not a good drawing representation. It blended in very well, yeah. It wasn't until I was actually looking for it that I saw it. So yeah, Temple Island has got to be that one. Okay. So Temple, oh, I think I got them confused backwards. Okay. No, wait, I got them right. Blue is Prison Island. That's the itty bitty one. Automatic camera angles are not ideal. Yeah. So purple is top left. Blue is top right. Just designating. Okay. So yeah, green goes there. Blue goes there. Purple goes there. Red would go there, and orange would go there. Next question is, did I get these lined up properly? So that is in the 9 position. So red would be in the 5 position. Orange would be in the 15 position. Green would be in the 18 position. Blue would be in the 20 position. Purple would be in the 24 position. 9. Okay, so 5. This is plus 6. Plus 9. Oh, hang on. Okay, I think I got blue in the wrong spot. Because it's plus 6, plus 9, plus 12. So that means all of these should be 3. This one's 4 apart. And that means this one's off by 1. Red looks good though. Check my orange. Orange is plus 6. So this is the nominal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green is 3 more than that. 1, 2, 3. Blue is 3 more than that. 1, 2, 3. Purple is 2. 2 more than that. So 2. Okay. Think we might have it lined up this time. So Grinka. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay. Well, let's go. Let's do once more. Let's do a quick. So I don't have a way. I can't reach anything here. That would allow me to trigger something. So it would have to be up above. Slider math is different each playthrough. Okay, so we could go double check our starting position. I don't remember. So we might as well go back to Gen's lab and check all of our data. We're gonna go travel by way of Starfisher if you haven't figured that out yet. At least everything doesn't change. Like the entire numbering system, that doesn't change, fortunately. Dunny's numbering system is the squares. So yes. Let's see, Boiler Island. It's the closest one to us, it looks like. Come on. Yeah, that screenshot might be the older one. Like, not the one with the glowing fire marble, but the one with the notes captured. Or they're both older. We'll just grab new ones. Okay, so this... that is still 9. Actually, let's do a test. Let's increase by 1. Smack it again. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much the other way. So it is 9. Stop that. Confirmed by the ding. Alright, so next part is this sheet of paper. These are what's different. Okay. That's it, right there. That's why we're off. Okay, so Temple Island, in this particular case, is a plus 10. Prison Island is 10 and 3, so 13. Also didn't do what you said you were doing, but that's by the by. What? On the side note, I found an off-brand of Nutella that is Nutastic. My brain immediately turned 12 years old, and I stood there in the aisle and giggled. Okay, so 10 plus 13. What would that be? I'm guessing 15 plus 1, so that's plus 16. And then the others are minus 1 and minus 5. That doesn't work though. Unless we can put, because purple is on the end. So if you look at this, unless we can put, like, keep purple there and move the other ones to after, then we're going to have a problem. You mean you didn't actually put the sliders where you said you were putting them? Oh. What? No, I had legitimately messed it up, but I was going off of old numbers. Counterintuitive aspect of fire mobiles, the greater strike force does not always yield maximum energy output, never ceases optimal strike force base value. We had to figure it out. Sliders do not correlate to the ball placement, just to islands and numbers. Oh, yes. I really hope those sliders are going to let us over and cross them. Otherwise, this is going to be awkward very quick. I grabbed a screenshot of that, right? Yeah, of that. Okay. Whoops. I'm confused by what you mean. Sliders will not let you cross them, but just start with the red and work your way through. What? We can't reset. Okay. I'm gonna laugh at you too if I'm right, and that I can change the position, the order the sliders are in. So I'm not sure I understand what you two are on about. Stop that. It's not what I said. Okay, so that's not a thing. Oh, we agreed that the numbered, or that the colored balls go in the positions corresponding with the islands. So green would go here. Okay. So what? Only the number, colors and numbers matter on the slider. Okay. Why would they color them then? So red, so if we need to do one at -5, it's there. And we do one at -1, which is there. 10 would be there. Survey Island. Ten would be there. +3. +3. So ignoring the fact that the colors do not correspond with the appropriate island, but the dials are in positions accurate to what the numbers I have. This is correct. Whoops, wrong button. -5, -1, +10, +13, +16. I see no button. I think my math is wrong. The only place where I could see something light up would be here. So yes, my math, either my math is wrong well, let's look. So red is Survey Island, which is first from the bottom, or second. It's the fourth one down, let's say it that way. And it's a minus, and the dunny symbol is 1. the last one is -5. Oh, my math is wrong. I'm putting these. I was reading these in the wrong order. Okay, let me draw these in the right order. So that one, that one, that one, that one. Hard one to draw. That one. Okay. So that one is +10, right? The next one is +13. Next one is I think 15. So 3 times 5 is 15, and then there's a 1 in there. So I think that's 16, which is the maximum you can plus this. And then the next one is a -1. Next one is a -5. Now, the order of these is, color-wise, is green, and then blue, and then purple. So purple will be the furthest one away, and then red, and then orange. I think those might be backwards. Might have my colors backwards on those two. But yeah, red's all the way at the back, all the way on the bottom. So somehow I've got those two colors reversed. Oh well, okay. Back. Oh wait, I've already got this here. Derp. Doop doopy. Okay. So red. But these are positioned correctly. Yeah. These are still positioned correctly. This is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, or -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and then -1. Green is going to be at +10, so 5, 10. Blue is +3 from that, and orange or purple is going to be +3 from that, unless my number is wrong. That's the only one that I'm confused on, because I know that first symbol is 10. That second symbol, if we understand Dunning numbering system correctly, is 13. Yeah, I've got these backwards. Yeah, it looks like it's 13. It's a line in the middle with a V. And then -1 and -5. So what? Do we have our magic balls in the wrong spots? Yes, yes we do, because if my orange and yellow are backwards, or orange and red are backwards, okay, that should be correct now. Aha! There we go. Got it. Okay, so to answer your question, Nam, I was underneath Survey Island looking at the different cameras and looking at the different colors corresponding to the symbols, which is how I got these notes here. But I had then transposed them to here because I was seeing the symbols line up with the islands, but when I copied the colors over, I wrote them down in the wrong order. So that was totally a me mistake. But I'm going to save here, because that actually took me long enough to get us almost to the end of the stream time. So we're going to go face off with Gen and finish the game tomorrow night on Lagging Out. So 7:30 Eastern time tomorrow night on Lagging Out. Mojo will drop a link in the chat for everybody. Go over there and follow or subscribe, however which way you want to do it. I'll be there tomorrow night where we will finish this up. Yes, you and Nam were both correct about the sliders. That was my mistake again for not going back and confirming my notes. Or not remembering that I'd screen captured from the previous playthrough. But thank you all for coming and hanging out. Like I said, tune in tomorrow night, Lagging Out for the conclusion to Riven. After which I'm deciding whether or not I want to go back to Final Fantasy VII just yet, or if I may want to try something else for a little bit. I'll think about that over the weekend, and then I'll be back here on Deep Dive Gaming on Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. Until then, enjoy Riven. Fair winds and fun gaming, y'all. Bye-bye.